வாழ்க வையகம், வாழ்க வையகம், வாழ்க வளமுடன். உலக சமுதாய சேவா சங்கம் கர்நாடக மண்டலத்தின் சார்பாக இன்று ஆத்ம சங்கமா நிகழ்ச்சியில் இணைந்த மெய்யன்பர்கள் அனைவரையும் அன்புடன் அழைக்கின்றோம். இன்றைய நற்சிந்தனையில் நாம் சிந்திக்க இருப்பது மகரிஷி இஸ் எ கிரேட் சயின்டிஸ்ட். மகரிஷி ஒரு சயின்டிஸ்ட், விஞ்ஞானி என்ற தலைப்பிலே நம்முடைய உரையாற்ற பெங்களூரு கேஆர்புரம் ஸ்கை அறக்கட்டளைக்கு உட்பட்ட சஞ்சய் நகர் தவ மையத்திலிருந்து துணை பேராசிரியர் அருள்நிதி திரு எஸ் பாஸ்கரன் பாண்டியன் ஐயா அவர்கள் நம்முடைய இணைந்துள்ளார்கள். ஐயா அவர்கள் பிஇ பட்டம் பெற்று பணியிலிருந்து ஓய்வு பெற்றிருக்கிறார்கள். ஐயா அவர்கள் 1988ஆம் ஆண்டிலிருந்து தன்னை உலக சமுதாய சேவா சங்கத்தோடு இணைத்து கொண்டு சுமார் 20 ஆண்டுகளாக தொண்டாற்றி வருகிறார்கள். தற்போது ஸ்மார்ட்டில் துணை பேராசிரியராகவும் தொண்டாற்றி வருகிறார்கள். இப்போது ஐயா அவர்கள் தனது நற்சிந்தனையை நம்முடைய உரையாற்ற உங்கள் அனைவரின் சார்பாகவும் கர்நாடக மாநிலத்தில் உள்ள அனைத்து உலக சமுதாய சேவா சங்கங்களின் சார்பாகவும் அன்புடன் அழைக்கின்றேன். வாழ்க வளமுடன். Be blessed by the divine. On behalf of the World Community Service Center, Karnataka Zone, I am inviting each one of you who joined in the today Atma Sangama program. Today's topic is Maharishi is a great scientist. To deliver the speech on this topic, Sky Assistant Professor Arulnidhi Mr. S. Bhaskar Pandian joined with us. Mr. Pandian is graduate in engineering and retired from the service. He is associating with the World Community Service Center since 1988 and doing service for the past 20 years. In that past 20 years, he served as ex-secretary for First Regional Form WCSC Bangalore Zone and ex-EC member representing Karnataka. Did translation service from Tamil to English for the book Atomic Poison. 6th standard textbook for Tamil Nadu government schools. One textbook for MA course. In our SMART, he is doing service as assistant professor too. Now, on behalf of participants and all the World Community Service Center in the Karnataka, I am inviting Mr. S. Bhaskar Pandian to deliver his valuable speech. Be blessed by the divine.
Be blessed by the divine. Are you able to hear me, sir?
Yeah, little
Yes,
louder,
sir.
sir.
Okay.
People can hear.
My wholehearted prayer to late Dr. Sanmukani, our KR Sky Trust, Dr. Dhanapathy, President, Karnataka Regional Forum, and Dr. Vijaya Dhanapathy, Smart Vice President, and all of you who have joined in the Zoom meeting. I start my speech by linking myself with our Guru Velatiri Maharishi. If you don't understand or have any questions during my speech, I request you to raise your hand then and there or at the end. Now the screen is visible, sir. Hello. Hello.
Sir, visible, sir, visible.
Screen is visible.
Visible, visible.
I am not getting any reply.
Visible, sir. Parameswaran.
Okay. So I will start. So the today's topic is Maharishi is a great scientist. So the introduction, we will see about Maharishi topics, what I have covered so far. I have covered 3 topics about Maharishi. One is Maharishi is a great shifter, 2 classes. Second is Maharishi is a great philosopher, again 2 classes. Third one, Tirukural explanation, 1 class. Magarsi is a great scientist. I feel that this will go for 3 classes. You will get a doubt how a man who studied up to 3rd standard in the regular class and the 9th standard in the high school can become a scientist without going to a laboratory and doing experiments. That is what we are going to see in details now. Are you able to see the screen, or I will read out? This science and technology have come from philosophy only. So from philosophy, we are getting the science. Then from science, we are getting the engineering. Then from engineering, we are getting the technology. Then from technology, we are getting the prosperity. So this science and technology, actually nature through the centuries has been developing all the sciences through intuition, so that they may be more and more useful to the common man. So philosophy lead to science that lead to technology. As per Maharishi, all philosophers are scientists, as well as all scientists are philosophers. The scientists try to come from universe to the origin, that is God. Whereas philosophers try to come from the origin to the universe. Though Maharishi had read and heard about all the philosophies and science reports, he would explain to others philosophically and scientifically after he thought over, that is deep thinking, Shindanai, using his subconscious mind and confirmed by intuition only. So he knows everything, but without analyzing, thinking, confirmation, he will not explain to others. It is nature's nature to reveal its secrets only to selected philosophers and scientists. Maharishi is one such chosen individual. His principle is that whatever scientists and philosophers have found, it should be given to the society. The nature's beauties are visible outside, but the secrets of nature are within your mind only. He not only lived in bliss, but also tried to lift the broad masses of the population to his level. He himself has told many times, I want you to follow these meditation practices and go above me, not even equal. He says, you go above me, I'll be very happy. That's what he has told. Now, scientist versus Maharishi. There is a big difference between the observations of scientist and Maharishi. Scientists saw the Akash as dust particle only, but not only Maharishi observes Akash as a minute part of the God status, that is Iranilai, but he sees the other 4 bhutas also as different entities of God status only. That's the difference between scientist and Maharishi. There's a quote from Bansi Mahajan in Speaking 3 Times of India. All the laws of science, the laws and principles of nature are also well-founded by science. Some of them are known as Archimedes' principle, Newton's law, theory of relativity, and quantum laws. However, according to Bhagavad Gita, All the nature's laws are supervised and controlled by God in invisible form. That is, all the sciences are the branches of philosophy only. That is vast, all-inclusive knowledge. Here I want to give a quote from Dr. Alagara Ramanujan. The mathematical expression of the functions of the consciousness through a dynamic world is science. The consciousness is from the God only again. Law of nature, science, and intelligence. All the sciences start, develop, and end only in the mind. The mind is the actions and the experiences of life. From the man started thinking and started understanding the law of nature, the science is being developed. Even the science is also an evolutionary process in the development of man's intelligence. Experiences in life of thousands of generations of man and developing a science in all the phases of life. This is from others. Visualization. If you cannot create in your mind what you want, you cannot produce it outside. This helps for scientific discoveries and achieve what you want. So first you have to imagine, create in your mind. Then only you can create it outside. The simple examples, Wright brothers, aeroplane. So they imagine in their mind about the aeroplane. Same thing is applicable for all the inventions by all the scientists. This can be used to achieve what we want after doing Sankalpa, blessings, after our sky meditation. There is a quote from Robin S. Sharma, created twice. Everything is created twice, first in the mind and then only in reality. Next, we are going into Maharishi as a scientist. Around 1992, Maharishi stopped going abroad because of the age problem. But he started thinking about science more. So during the last 10 years, he talked and did research on science only. The evolution theories, there are totally 6 theories, philosophical and scientific put together. Maharishi says they are the hypotheses formulated by sages, scholars, scientists, and philosophers. We respect them because their aims are noble and their efforts sincere. So after studying all the above 6 philosophical and scientific theories, Maharishi concluded through his simplified Kundalini Yoga meditation that theory of transformation is the correct theory that can withstand the test of reason and logic. Further, this theory leads to confirm that Advaita philosophy is correct. You may be knowing there are 3 major philosophies: Advaita, Dvaita, Visishtadvaita. So Maharishi, by this yoga meditation, he is confirming the Advaita philosophy is correct. So what are those theories. Very briefly, we will see theory of myth. This theory puts forth the idea that everything in the universe that we perceive through the five senses is an illusion of the mind and nothing is real. There is no universe at all. It is all only mental illusion. This is one of the theory. Theory of permanence. There is neither creation nor evolution. This theory considers everything in the universe as a permanent entity. That is, there is no origin, no end. This is another theory. Next is theory of creation. This theory propagates the idea that the universe and everything in it was created by God. It does not stand the scrutiny of reason or science. If God has created the universe out of himself, then he ceases to be one of the creation and becomes theory of evolution. Then there is a famous Big Bang theory. This propounds the idea that matter, that is stars, planets, and forces, are the result of a Big Bang that took place billions of years ago, and it is still expanding. It posits that our universe began with a singularity, a point of infinite density and temperature whose nature is difficult for our minds to grasp. We cannot imagine. But this neither explains functioning of law of universe nor origin of elements. Next is string theory. All the animate and inanimate things are made up of strings which have 11 dimensions. The next one is theory of evolution. Darwin begins his theory from one sense living being and comes to a sixth sense human being. Next comes theory of everything. A theory of everything is a goal of some physicists who are generally reductionist and think that if you understand the building blocks, then you can understand the whole world. If you understand an atom built from vibrating strings, then you can infer all of chemistry, biology, and so on. This quantum theory versus gravity. Albert Einstein, physics and maths expert, he gave this theory of everything in 1920. He tried to prove that through mathematical equations, but he failed. So only theory is given. He could not prove. He originally tried to unify quantum theory and gravity in 1940s, but he never succeeded, nor has anyone since. He was derided for his work as it was thought impossible and a waste of time. Quantum theories of gravity were being developed, but without evidence to back it up. The unification of quantum theory and gravity was elusive. This hope occupied Einstein for the rest of his career, but even he did not manage it, and the challenge still stands. Now we are coming to Maharishi's theory of transformation. So we will see what is the philosophic as well as scientific explanation. As per Maharshi's transformation theory, there are two basic principles in his philosophy. The open space only is God. By its self-compressive force and kinematic vibrations, it transformed into dust particles with self-rotation. Group of dust particles became the energy particles, then Panchabhutas, then matter, and living beings. The physical body and mind. The peak of the transformation theory is six-sensed human being's physical body. You can call it as a peak or climax. Further, the peak of transformation is human mind of biomagnetic waves within that human body. Human means physical body, being means energy. Its qualities are four: plenum, force, consciousness, and time. Its capabilities are three: transformation, mutation, and order of function. Now we will compare this theory of transformation with Big Bang theory. This theory of transformation is more authentic and logical than the Big Bang theory. The conglomeration of gases resulted in formation of the nebulae. These nebulae grow in size since more atoms were brought in due to pressure exerted by the absolute space. Due to repulsive force, due to their spinning and the pressure exerted from the space, nebulae burst into spherical masses, and these masses positioned themselves at a distance from the encircling masses to become stars and planets in proportion to their size, density, and mass. Thus, the whole universe came into being. Then we are coming into an important explanation given by Maharshi, panpsychism. The theory of transformation by Vethathiri Maharshi. So he is giving the explanation for the theory of transformation, how the transformation has taken place. God only has transformed into all the animate and inanimate beings in the world. This can be summarized in one word: panpsychism. That is, all the particles and their associations in the universe have both psychic and physical qualities. So all the particles, they are not merely a particle, they have both psychic as well as physical qualities. The dust particle is divinity only. That is, the divinity is potential state of the whole universe. Dust particle is the beginning of the blossoming of the universe. So when the divinity transformed into dust particles, every dust particle is having the divinity's consciousness and force also. Note that though Maharshi discovered the primary energy particle in 1940s itself, he perfected his transformation theory through dust particles in 2001 only, when he was 90 years old. Now we will compare Darwin and Maharshi. Darwin begins his theory from one sense living being and comes to human being, whereas Maharishi begins from the open space. This continuous research has confirmed his view that the theory of transformation is the only theory that can withstand the test of reason and logic. That is, this alone explains the origin and functions of the universe completely and satisfactorily. Then we come to science and philosophy meet. Once when he came to Bangalore, there was a meet, science and philosophy meet in Institution of Engineers. Then he had a separate session. He had interaction with the scientist in Western Water. When we come to gravitational force, the inexhaustible sun-compressive force, the source of all the forces which acts everywhere. The latent inherent force in the vast space gets intensified in time and blossoms as a tiny whirling wave. This is the energy particle, a fractional significant manifestation of the totality. Whatever be the volume of the rotation may be, there will be a point in the middle where there is no motion, that is, no circular motion. Thus, at the center of every energy particle, there is a static, non-moving point. That means the static state exists at the center of every particle. The static state surrounding the particle by its own mighty pressure penetratively reaches the middle point from all directions. This becomes the gravitational force in the particle. Then we will see gravity equals God. The search for primordial force, or the one force, that is God, from which all rest of the forces in the universe have emerged, is the single search where all the scientists and the theologians come together. This is where scientist Vedatri has made the equation God equals gravity, an acceptable concept by all and to be pursued further towards proof as a fact, which will put a stop to all ancient beliefs. The cosmic inflation from the Big Bang, given rise to gravitational waves rippling through the universe, have made the new physics to sit up and think about the gravity as the unified force that produced all the other non-gravitational forces like electromagnetic, strong nuclear force, weak nuclear force. This is as per the science. The gravity and the cosmology. In 2003, there was a seminar on Vedatrian philosophies, gravity and cosmology in Alia. Scientists from India and abroad participated. Dr. Govindarajan, Director, Baba Atomic Research Center, Mumbai, he said, Maharishi has made a great beginning and had gone beyond Einstein. They claimed Maharishi as a scientist. Then there was science meet on gravity in 5 places: Pune, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai, and Chidambaram. In Bangalore, 70 scientists from Tata Institute, LRDE, DRDO and all participated. Our Dr. Shanmugakani only organized this. And fortunately, I was a volunteer in that, so I was able to attend. Then comes Science Committee. 1993-94, Magarshi consulted Mahalingam, industrialist Pollachi. Say a science committee was formed involving Dr. Armugam, Kumarakur College, Coimbatore as president and secretary Alagar Ramanujam, and two Perumals from Alia, Lakshmanan and Madhavan from Bangalore. They were the members. Here, Magarshi contradicted Newton. Because as per Newton, there is attraction between two objects. So Magarshi is telling there is no attraction between two objects. He was against the Newton theory. If there is an attraction, then all the planets will crash among themselves. Then Einstein came with the suggestion, there is a repulsive force from God that is stopping this clashing. But he would not prove anything. Here Magarshi says there is no attraction. So when Alagar Ramanujam from the science committee met Magarshi, he said, we are teaching for the last 200 years the Newton philosophy of gravity, that earth is pulling everything. Then Magarshi asked him, are you going to change your science? Or you are asking me to change myself? That is my intuition. How it happened? He said, one day during half sleep, I was thinking how nobody, seawater, etc. are not falling out of the earth. So what he was thinking during half sleep, during full sleep, he got the intuition. So he got the intuition as gravity is from the space, not from the earth. So whatever Magarshi has found, everything is from the intuition. Then Alagar got doubt how to accept this. So he searched for the original book of the Newton. Now he is in a dilemma whether to change his science or accept Magarshi philosophy. So he searched for the original book. In 1680, 19 has written that though Newton gave the force formula for gravity, the strange fact is that he did not know the exact cause for the force of gravity. And he himself says two reasons are possible. He is not confirming, possible. Either the earth pulls or the space. Newton declared that he did not know the reason is material or non-material. It is earth or something from the space. So now Alagar Ramanujam was convinced. So he decided to change the science. Next is the brain trust. When Alagar Ramanujam was working in Nachimuthu College in Pollachi, he came for the interview to Maharishi. So in the interview, he was fully impressed. So he joined Maharishi after his retirement. In 1998, the Brain Trust was established. This is after the Science Committee, to bring together the intellectuals of various fields to discuss the issues facing mankind and work towards solutions for bringing about peace and harmony to the individual and to the world at large. Alagar was the president. Alagar Ramanujam was the president. I think with some quotes I have to close because the time is up. So one is from Bhaskaracharya. He was an Indian mathematician and astronomer of 12th century. He wrote mathematical astronomy text Siddhartha Shiromani when he was 36 years old, a feat next to impossible for any other person to achieve. In his book Surya Sittam, he wrote on the gravitational force that helps to keep the planets, sun and moon in their respective orbits, much before the world could even wake and realize these findings. Newton discovered centuries later. Trouble with Physics. It is a book by Lee Smoley. It talks about string theory, fall of science, and what next. He says that science has come to an end. It is not able to progress further. Let's say fall of science and what next. There is a mismatch between theory of gravity and quantum mechanics. This is an embarrassing flaw. Scientists have failed to marry the two effectively and come up with a universal theory of everything. This came in October 2007. Then there is a scientist report in September 2010 by Professor Valinde, Amsterdam University. The gravitational pulling power of Earth is only an illusion. The source of gravity is only space, not the matter. It's something wonder. Then in 2014 in Hindu, there was an article. It took science to rediscover the 6,000-year-old theories of ancient siddhas in atoms and atomy. Therefore, it will not be a surprise that it may take another 500 years or more to agree the concept of gravity equals God. Let us wait and watch in contemplation. This is in 2014. Then a research foundation in 1984, Maharishi founded Veeratri Maharishi Yoga and Kayakalpa Research Foundation based in Aliyar in the name of Arupperunjodi Nagar. He has written a mind book. Scientists feel that it will take whole 21st century to understand mind and brain. Whereas Maharishi had realized and written a book on mind in 1999 itself, and it was a maximum sold book. Maharishi wrote the mind book after such intuitions only. It is explaining about the mind both philosophically and scientifically. No other philosopher or scientist has written such a book. Still, some allopathy doctors believe that mind is part of the brain. As per science, brain is a hardware, mind is a software. One step better. Whereas Mahari's intuition about the mind. With this, I will conclude. For a long time, I was swimming in the ocean of mind in order to understand its value, existence, functions, and results. I could not realize the fact that the principle I was searching for was the very one in which I was swimming. In fact, in and around me, only the great ocean of mind is universally functioning. All the time, in all my activities, the aim and focus of understanding the mind was ceaselessly going on. One morning at about 4 a.m., all of a sudden, an intuitive vision came to me. In it, I perceived that I am the mind wave, which is nothing but biomagnetic wave, taking all the shapes and images of my vision. And at the same time, I was feeling the results as enjoyable or otherwise. It may be suffering also. That is, I am enjoying the benefits of pleasure, pain, peace, and ecstasy. I think with this, I will conclude. This we will take up from the next session if the chance is given. So with this, I conclude my speech. So I thank one and all. I thank Professor Karunaharan, who is conducting this program well, Assistant Professor Dr. Parameswaran, who conducted a Nityananda meditation well, and all of you who attended and participated patiently. You can ask any questions if you have. Any questions, please? Are you able to hear me?
Be blessed by the divine. Vatsala, you can unmute and talk.
Thank you, sir. Be blessed by the divine. Palga Valamudan, sir. I need a clarity on that word slide which you showed on panpsychism. Can you just give some clarity on it, sir? Just could not understand, because the normal scientists, they say it is an illusion. What you quoted in the earlier side, it said theory of creation. You said whatever is in the universe and what we see is just what we perceive is an illusion. But according to Maharishi, it is not so, right, sir?
Yes.
Yeah,
so I have brought that slide. Pantheism, yes, what Maharishi says, God only has transformed into all the animate and inanimate beings. In the word can be summarized in one word, that is pantheism. That is, all the particles and their associations in the universe are both psychic as well as physical qualities. So if you see a particle, there are two types of qualities, psychic and physical, that we are going to see in the next session. What is this psychic and physical qualities? For example, this energy particle, Maharishi has found out the electron is the derivative of this energy particle or the dust particle. Whereas the electron has got some quality which we are using in all our day-to-day life. So all those things I will be covering in the next session. So in briefly, It has got both physical, psychic, and physical qualities. We will see the details in the next session.
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir. Welcome.
Any other question?
Anybody want to ask question? Please raise your hands.
No questions.
Parmeshwaran, you can unmute and you can talk. Parmeshwaran.
Sir, the speech was amazing because I am surprising how old quotations and how old informations you have collected to prove Maharishi is a scientist. Maharishi is a scientist. Really, the old Hindu paper you referred and the old really, I don't know whether you have noted down in your diary and kept it for this speech. Really, I was listening patiently. So many information, and you are telling you are going to continue for another 2 more sessions.
Yes.
That means so much input you have got.
Yes.
Valga Valamudan, sir, Valga Palland. Be blessed by the divine. Be blessed by the divine.
Thank you,
the speciality is what you search. There is a explanation for that, philosophically as well as scientifically. So everything is magnetized. So what I am searching is magnetized. Where it is available, it is magnetized. Both are getting the link.
Very good, sir.
So when I search seriously, sincerely, my mental frequency goes down. This goes and pulls the required material wherever it's available.
Very good, sir. Very
Maybe
good.
in the newspaper, it may be in the TV, anything, magazine, anything. So this is the explanation.
Explanation, and
think
we have
seriously,
to practice.
You will get anything you want.
Thank you. Thanks for your guidance, sir. Anyway, I am also giving some speeches. I also search, but not to this extent. I have not searched.
Yes.
Not to this extent. I will do in my future, sir. I will do in.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Be blessed by the divine. Vatsala, once again, she is coming, sir. Vatsala, unmute yourself.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Yeah, Valga Valamudan, sir. I just missed to thank you. The trust and the speech. I mean, they've given such a beautiful platform for sir, to explain this, priceless speech. Sir, Bhaskar Pandian sir's highlight is that, he collects all the information in 360-degree view, and he justifies and proves that Maharishi is like, beyond all the people, he is no par on. So he is like known for it, collecting informations, and the theories, the anecdotes and everything. It's all life proving incidents, which he gives and which satisfies our normal thinking, the normal mundane thinking what we got. What we have, he just surpasses it, and he puts Maharishi in such a place that he is just beyond horizon. Thank you, sir. Thank you for all your effort, and expecting more and more speeches from your side on this topic, where you are proving, because these are all unknown facts for us, even though we are Arulnidhis of this and we have been sailing almost a decade, in sky. There are so many unknown facts which are just, coming up through your speeches. Thank you once again, sir. And thank you once again for that Skype Trust, who is organizing this, platform to give a wonderful people with beautiful information, which is normally not got from the the science, what it is all contradictory what we have studied. That is what I want to say. The real facts, is coming out. So thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Be blessed by the divine. Any other person want to talk to our Mr. Pandian? Sir, shall we conclude, sir?
Yes.
Be blessed by the divine. First of all, thank you, Mr. Bhaskar Pandian, who gave a meaningful, very useful information to us by this speech. வாழ்க வளமுடன். The Arunidhi, Mr. S. Bhaskar Pandian, be blessed by the divine. His health be blessed by the divine. His service be blessed by the divine. His lovely family be blessed by the divine. All the Sky Trust in the Karnataka zone be blessed by the divine. All the persons doing service in the Sky Trust be blessed by the divine. Arunidhi, Mr. Dr. Dhanapati, President, World WCSC Karnataka zone be blessed by the divine. Arunidhi, Mrs. Dr. Vijaya Dhanapati, Vice President, Smart Karnataka zone be blessed by the divine. Before concluding, we will see the today and tomorrow program. Today evening 4:15 Nityananda meditation in Kannada. 4:45 p.m. World Peace Blessing 108 times. 4:55 p.m. Speech in Kannada. Kundalini Yogadinda Ragasya. On this topic, Sky Assistant Professor Ratna L. She is going to deliver this speech. We will join and get the benefit out of it. Tomorrow afternoon 2 o'clock, meditation in Tamil. Then Sky Assistant Professor Kameshwar S. Yannathin Valimai, she is going to speak on that topic. We will join and get the benefit out of it. Tomorrow evening 4:15 meditation in Kannada. Then Sky Professor Dr. Vijaya Dhanapati, she will give a speech on Prakritiya Laya. So we will join and get the benefit out of it. Be blessed by the divine. By the grace of the divine, we all the participants may enjoy good health, long life, prosperity, wisdom and peace. Be blessed by the divine. வாழ்க வளமுடன். We are concluding this session with the World Peace song.
உலகமெல்லாம் பருவமழை ஒத்தபடி பெய்யட்டும். உழவரெல்லாம் தானியத்தை உவப்புடனே பெருக்கட்டும். பல தொழில்கள் புரிகின்ற பாட்டாளி உயரட்டும். பகுத்துணர்வில் தொகுத்துணர்வு பண்பாட்டை உயர்த்தட்டும். கலகங்கள் போட்டி பகை கடந்தாட்சி நடக்கட்டும். கல்லாமை கடன் வறுமை களங்கங்கள் மறையட்டும். நலவாழ்வை அளிக்கும் மெய் ஞான ஒளி வீசட்டும். நம் கடமை அறவாழ்வின் நாட்டத்தே சிறக்கட்டும். நம் கடமை அறவாழ்வின் நாட்டத்தே சிறக்கட்டும். நம் கடமை அறவாழ்வின் நாட்டத்தே சிறக்கட்டும். வாழ்க வையகம், வாழ்க வையகம், வாழ்க வளமுடன்.